The Volvo EX30 was recently unveiled on June 7, 2023, and it looked a very attractive product. It arrives in mid 2024 as a 2025 model, and it will not be eligible for the federal tax credit here in the US, being built in China. The tax credit could, however, be available when leased as a takeoff from the lease price. I have liked the Volvo cars as true to the quality they deliver. My last experience was driving the Volvo XC40, and it was a good one. Though I was not impressed on its deliverables in numbers, primarily its efficiency as an EV, its battery conversion in the real world driving, etc. Nobody has yet driven the Volvo EX30 here in the US, and the impressions are as good as what's been put out by the company. Here are some preliminary impressions of mine. To start looking at this car, I thought it would be good to pick and compare it with some contemporary options. At the briefing, which was live streamed from Milan, the Volvo EX30 certainly looks a very compelling case, especially with the indicated price of $34,950. I landed up here against the VW ID4 standard trim, which too is an SUV just like the Volvo EX30, and the Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive, which though is a sedan, is I believe the best EV to buy on numerous counts currently. All three were the basic trims in the respective brands, as the price indicated by Volvo is for its basic trims alone. To start, the variable I placed was the range, and it compares favorably at 275 miles. The ID4 is a failure on this and compares more with the Volvo XC40 with a range around 200 miles. In any case, in my opinion, 250 plus miles is suitable, and the car then needs to be good at DC fast charging. Its 48 amp onboard charger delivering 11 kilowatt AC is very standard now in most cars. On the 0 to 60 speed and power, it is neck and neck with the Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive. Its DC fast charging rate of 153 kilowatt seems a tad slow. We like to remind here that this peak rate that automakers put out means little if in a charging session that rate is not held long enough. The charging curve thus would matter, which we would know only when the car is made available for tests. Here too, I don't recommend going through tons of range and charging tests. A simple plug-in at 10% state of charge and charging to say 20 minutes to check the miles added, and then running down back to 10% to check the miles driven is all that a regular user should look at. That's what you would want to do on a road trip. Its dimensions of 166.7 inches in length, 72.3 inches in width, and 61.1 inches in height are truly small for an SUV. It's substantially smaller than the Tesla Model 3 on length, nearly the same width, and about 3 inches taller. Against the VW ID4 standard, it's 14 inches smaller in length, almost the same width, and 4 inches shorter in height. The Volvo EX30 has 9 cubic feet of extra storage than the Tesla Model 3 and 0.8 cubic feet more than the VW ID4. The price is the attraction, which at the indicated level is $6,000 less than both the other two. The Volvo EX30 does not qualify for the federal tax credit here in the US. All Tesla models now qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit, and so does the VW ID4 when built in Chattanooga, Tennessee. As mentioned earlier, nobody I know of has driven the Volvo EX30 here in the US, so I'm simply sharing the footage that Volvo has shared with the media. I will look to drive this car and share my review again after I get to drive it. The technology features in particular are best tried first. A big question is on the highly volatile developments happening with the charging standards. The Volvo EX30 I expect will have the CCS1 port in the US. Rivian was the latest to adapt Tesla's NACS on the 20th of June 2023. It followed Ford and GM, which looks like a wave of companies following into. Just heard today of something on the same lines from Mercedes. The Volvo EX30 has its charging port on the rear left, which is incidentally similar to Tesla's. Normally, I recommend automakers looking to joining NACS to consider either the rear left on the driver's side or the right hand side on the front, which could make Tesla superchargers feasible to use as designed currently. We'll try and post a separate video on this. I hope you like this quick view. Look for a detailed one in the future. Till then, take care.